Welcome to Overherd on Social, the podcast for people that want a mix of social media tips, influencer marketing news, and interesting facts from interesting people. So today we have a very special episode. We're talking all about personal branding, which I'm here with my co-host, Matthew Wyatt.
Hello.
Hi, Matt. What do you think about personal branding to start?
A big fan of this episode. Really excited to speak to our two guests because I think I actually know a little bit about this topic. Every other episode, I've just been a spare part. So let's see.
More than a spare part, but I would say having been like the face of a company vlog and all that, you know quite a lot about this area.
Yeah.
And then also, just before we introduce our guests, you did say that you had a random fact.
I have a random fact. So these guys, you have businesses, right? So long before the breakout Sony Walkman, the co-founder, Akio Morita, made an automated rice cooker that sold less than 100 units and apparently burnt the rice. Now they've sold 77 million PlayStation 5s. So the lesson is, if you fail, you can still do something cool, you know?
So PlayStation came from a rice cooker?
He I don't know if he invented the rice cooker, but his first product was this rice cooker that didn't work, and he sold under 100.
How did he go from rice cooker to PlayStation? That's quite a
They
blow
look
up.
the same.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing. It's like, just don't try and cook your rice on your PlayStation.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, on that, thought we'd introduce our guests, Jay and Milly. Milly, could we maybe start with you? Just introduce yourself, what you do.
So, hi, I'm Milly. I am an influencer and recently founded SULT, which is my new business. I hate introducing myself, honestly. I never know what to say. Fitness and wellness influencer. Been doing it for 5 years. And I've got a dog. I live in London.
What's the dog's name?
He's called Noah.
Oh,
Solid name, biblical name.
Yeah, a biblical name.
And yeah, co-founded SULT, which is a really amazing electrolyte brand that we launched 2 months ago, and we've basically grown it in public. But I'm sure we'll talk all about that in this episode.
And she's also 5 years younger than she is on her aura.
Yeah, my aura says I'm 5 years
It's frustrating
younger.
and I hate it.
And Jay, how about you?
Hi, I'm Jay Richards. I'm co-founder and CEO at Imagen Insights. Our clients like Amazon, Apple, Google, Nike, so on and so on. We enable them to crowdsource qualitative insights from their community and from our consumer community within a matter of minutes. I also have a TikTok that I do outfits on, whatever.
Really? Well, we may have to get you doing one of those later.
down.
I need some fashion advice, clearly.
Keen, bro, let's go.
What's like the origin story of your businesses? So Milly, maybe we start with you.
So my business being SULT, it basically came about from I feel like, electrolytes are just so saturated at the moment, and I feel like there was still a gap in the market where no one was really tapping into like the middle market is what I call it. So like the everyday person. I feel like there's loads of electrolyte brands out there which are all great, but they always focus on like athletes, people who are doing marathons, people who are, running all the time, or just some sort of crazy stuff that you see. And I wasn't really identifying with that. So when my co-founder Henry reached out to me last, I think it was September now, with some sort of like electrolyte idea, I was literally like, yeah, count me in. And I felt like there was a lot of testing with the flavors, because what I found with all the electrolytes that I was trying was either compromise on the flavor for like better ingredients, or have like or have great flavor but bad ingredients. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, why is no one tapping into both of those things? So SULT is literally great ingredients and tastes great. Obviously, taste is subjective, but I'm sure you guys
We will do a taste test, I think, live on this pre-recorded podcast.
My face can't lie.
But so that was really the origin of it. And I feel like, being a female founder, it's always something I wanted to be in a male-dominated space in the wellness industry. I was like, this is definitely my bread and butter. Mm-hmm.
Does it feel normal 2 months after launch your product? Are you like, it's pretty fresh?
It feels like, because we've launched it in public, so it kind of feels like it's been 7 months.
Yeah.
But obviously 2 months since trading. So I don't know, it's such a weird thing. Like, we've done so much in that space of time that it does feel like it's kind of just, it's so natural now.
Yeah.
I always tell Henry, like, we need to slow down, because we're acting like we should be in Waitrose, Sainsbury's and all these places, and we're literally 2 months old. So yeah, we're trying to like be realistic with the goals that we're setting ourselves, but also everything's really like working at the moment. So we're just keeping that momentum going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And is it
it's
true
crazy.
you met your co-founder on Hinge?
On Hinge. I know. It's so funny. Because like a lot of my content at the moment anyway, on as like my influencer content is about dating and like being single my whole life and all that stuff. And I just find it so ironic how I've met my co-founder on Hinge. And like, that's the one success story I've had from Hinge.
Shout out to Hinge.
Shout out to Hinge.
I thought you were saying not a punter. I was like,
Not a romantic partner.
No,
so you met
no,
on
no,
Hinge,
we never
you went on a
dated.
date. Did you?
We never dated.
You never went on a Hinge date?
you just
But
saw
you-
each other on Hinge and were just like, yo, let's
You were like,
My
oh.
friend-
do you want to start a business together? Keen.
You know what? That's a great opening line.
I know. People love it. My best friend was kind of Cupid. She knew him. She knew Henry and I knew her, obviously. And she was just like, look, you guys matched on Hinge like last year. Why don't you go on a date? And we just never went on a date. It's just one of these things that just never really like comes into fruition. And then we actually met at a run club. He kind of just reached out. Like there was no romantic.
I love that.
And
It's like such a Gen Z millennial way of
Yeah.
dating.
It
Like, we were on
is, I
Hinge
know.
and then we went to a run club. I'm just like,
Well, I
it's so
have
London.
heard that dating apps, you know, Whitney Wolf Heard is back in charge of
Yes,
Bumble. So
yeah.
she's come back
Oh,
to Bumble.
yeah.
And apparently she said that the way the dating apps are going are people looking more for like friends, business partners. So they're trying to like expand it away from just being a...
Yeah.
So if I'm
romantic
getting
thing.
married next Sunday, which I am I allowed to get?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Am I allowed to get back on the dating apps and just as a
Babe.
business?
It's for research purposes.
Cece, I
I'm trying to set up a
promise.
business.
I'm just trying to make a buck.
Don't worry.
Look directly into the camera as you say that.
My love, my heart is only for you.
This is for us, for our future. And then Jay, from your side as well, what's the origin story of your business?
Perfect. So in a nutshell, I was working as a consultant in the city, working for AXA, the insurance firm, making not too bad cash. It was a wonderful lifestyle. And while I was doing that, I started to have a decent amount of money, and I wanted to invest in young black kids that grew up in my area in East London. That's where I'm from. So I started, they would pitch their businesses to me and I'd invest anywhere from £1,000 to £10,000 into their businesses. All of them failed. I didn't make them sign anything, but it was just good fun to watch them just like, hey, somebody trusted me and I gave it a go.
That's probably given them some major
Yeah, for
like
sure.
inspiration for future
Yeah,
to
for
keep
sure.
going.
Were
So,
they-
yeah.
Were they kind of meant to fail in like
I'm like, you will fail from this. No, but it was
That's
just
a big
being like,
one.
hey, just take a risk, see what happens. Because the businesses, the ideas weren't great, but I was
Yeah.
like, hey, here's some cash. It
It's
doesn't
a learning
bother me.
experience.
You didn't have
just-
involvement in it.
No, not at all. So I
Okay,
just
yeah.
like, here's the cash, give it a go, see what happens. It's all just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
It's like you're not signing anything, so it's all good. The parents are kind of like, who the hell is this guy? But in the end, it worked out. We had a whole bunch of, I think I had 100 and something kids that I invested over a period of time. Facebook heard I was doing this, invited me to come speak at a conference. And my only prerequisite was that I wanted some of these kids to come with me. So I took like 20 of these kids to Facebook. We went, I did a big talk on stage talking about the importance of investing in the next generation and so on and so on. The kids were like locusts. They just ate all of the food in the place. I was like, guys, stop it. You're embarrassing me. I was like, let's remember we're from Tower Hamlets. Chill out. But it was fun. It was a great time. But then the head of retail from the NFL, a woman called Sarah, was in the audience. And she came up to me after. She said, oh, so you've got this network of young people. I was like, yeah, I do. And they were like, she's like, could they help us to create a marketing campaign? I was like, I have no idea. I don't know anything about this. I'm a consultant. But being a salesman, I was like, yeah, 100%. I was like, let's have a dinner. So I took her to Soho House for dinner. Typical. Took her to Greek Street. And we sat down. And when I was talking to her, I realized the crux of her problem was she couldn't get qualitative insight, which is long form insight at scale. So I was like, okay, there must be the technical way to solve this. Went home that evening, built like a rudimentary version of the technology we've got now. Pitched it to her, and I was like, how much did you pay for this? And she was like, 30 grand. I was like, wonderful. So I quit my job 6 weeks later, and then that was 6 and a bit years ago. So,
Oh my gosh. And do you have are you a solo founder?
no, so I have a co-founder, amazing
Okay.
woman called
Yeah.
Kat Agostino. She is the other half of my brain, and she's the one that keeps me on track because she is, she's very good at what she does, and I just can go off on tangents. And she's like,
Yeah.
let's come back here.
Do you think that's needed in a business? I feel like there's often one person that
100%.
plays the like blue sky thinker and then one person who's like, no, this is the reality,
Yeah, for
and you
sure.
need both
Yeah,
a little bit. Kind of.
Yeah, but me and Henry, I'm just speaking from experience, me and Henry are just so go. We're always like reaching the sky like all the time. But then I think in terms of like skill set, you definitely one person should have like more strength, well, different strengths than the other person for sure.
I think somebody needs to be much better at the operational, getting the weeds,
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff, which she's phenomenal at. And the good thing is over the years, because we used to get into discussions around stuff because it was get into debates because it was just like I was trying to encroach on her territory and so on. So what we've done over the years is gone, okay, this is what you're good at, that's what I'm good at, and let's just leave each other to do that, which is great.
Sorry, how did you link up with her?
So actually, I was I put out an advertisement. Imagine. I actually put out a role on LinkedIn, and she applied for the role. And when I met her, I was like, she applied for head of operations role. And when I met her, I was like, actually, you know what? Like, you're super smart. Like, head of operations is.
You had a gut feeling about her.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Good way of putting it.
And you had a gut feeling about your guy.
Yeah,
100%.
And then it just worked out. So it hasn't always been perfect, but we figured it out, and and the thing is, we've been loyal to each other. We've stuck to the business, and even when it got all pear-shaped over a period of time, and you just keep pushing, which is good.
Yeah. And you're obviously both, you're sort of less than a year in, a few more years at Imagen. Have there been any moments that you've kind of like thought, oh, I wish I'd done something differently there?
Jesus Christ, yeah. Every
Yeah,
day.
I mean, they're sure.
Coming on
of
this
course there
podcast
must
now,
be.
today.
Coming on this podcast will be one.
Yeah,
do.
hindsight is great.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you can't. I always say, like, me and Hen were always like scared to do something, and then I'm like, you just never know unless you try. So just try it, and then you'll learn so much from that, as opposed to just like beating around the bush and like trying to be perfect. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of conversations that me and Hen have where like we're trying to be perfect, but then we also try and be like imperfectly perfect, if that makes sense, because perfect just is never gonna. It's just like it's never gonna happen. You always got more things to work on. So that also comes in with like failures or things that you wish you had done differently, or anything like that. I think
That's
naivety
baked into
is
your
great.
marketing as well, though, where like I've seen a lot of we had like 15 mistakes today, and and like, no one cares. They just want people to be honest about it.
100%. And it's like exactly that. It's like bringing in the truth behind building about a business, and like I think loads of people sugarcoat it, and we're just not about that. We're very much just like, look, like we've tried to get into Soho House and they've just not replied to us. So we've done a whole video about like how
Soho
we've just been
House.
aired by Soho House. But like we're just being really transparent about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of building a business.
And what has it been like to work with some of these major brands as well?
You were just on a call with. Sorry, I was peeking at your screen. I probably shouldn't have.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I was just on the call with Nike. I'm like, come have a look. With GDPR compliant. But no, yes, brands are amazing, and I absolutely love them. But they are. You always have to remember you're working with an organization and not human beings. So you think
true.
you're working with human beings, but actually, really, it's just a massive. They're just a cog in a huge machine.
Yeah.
So we had a client that we were doing a massive amount of business with over the pandemic, like 2022, 2023 times or whatever. And one of the key person we were dealing with was made redundant. And then overnight, the contract just disappeared and everything. Like some guy called Raj rang me and I was like, who the hell is this? And guy was, hey, it's Raj from finance. I was like, who the hell are you? He's like, by the way, we're doing this, we're doing that. And and I was just like, I'll sue you. And they were just like, he was like, yeah, good luck, bro. Like, he was like, try it. Like, you're this big, we're this big, what are you going to do? And I was like, oh, sick. I was like, don't worry. So you have to just take the L. Like, there's nothing you can do about this. You just got to keep it pushing. And I think it's things like that and transparently hiring too many people. Anytime I meet founders now, I'm like, hire extremely slowly. I'm like, hire slowly, hire when you need to, hire to the point where you're stretched, then hire. Because I think the big thing you have in the founder space, across all industries, I would say, is everybody's like, oh, you run a company, how many employees do you have? It's like one of the first questions that come out of people's mouths.
As like a marker of how
barometer,
successful
like,
you are.
How big's your office?
Yeah, how big's your office? How many employees do you have? And I used to be like, oh, I've got this many, and I would love it. And I'd go on stages and be like, we've got this many employees, blah, blah, blah. But inside, I'm crying because I'm like, I've got this massive wage bill to pay.
Yeah.
And I just think in hindsight, now I know, okay, just do it slowly, build slowly. I've got a friend of mine that's doing a few £1 million and he's got like a one-man AI business. I'm like, that's fucking wonderful. Let me do that. Do you know what I mean?
That is so true. There's so many businesses where, like, even in agency world, I feel there's a big like thing around being like, we've got 500 employees worldwide.
They don't need me, like, but you know,
He's here.
I'm here.
I'm useless.
I'm a personality.
Can you give like finally one moment of like success where you thought like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. Like, I feel like this is a bit, this is exciting now.
You must have so many with SULT.
There's so many. I feel like I think the one thing for me that comes to mind is like seeing people on TikTok, like making TikToks about SULT and like being like, oh my God, you have to try this. Like actually believing in the product, because for so long we had like a community that was like following us and, backing us, but they didn't actually know what the product was like. And then we obviously went as trading, they tried it, and it was so rewarding actually, like, yeah, seeing all of that progress and going into like the community and then them trying it and then they're like, actually, yeah, we really believe in this product from the start to what it is now.
Can I ask, what when you say community, what is your main community? Is this like, you said, you've got the elites where, you know, the electrolytes before you were kind of targeting this niche, and then you're sort of appealing to, is it like the run club?
We don't like run clubs.
No?
We avoid the run
What the
clubs.
hell?
We met at a run club, but we don't.
Yeah.
we call it the middle market, just like the everyday person. So the person who loves to socialize, go out for like, you know, a few beers, but then also loves to go on the run and or go to the gym the next day or anything. I think that is the community, and I think that can branch out to so many people.
Yeah.
Obviously community is such a buzzword, but I refer to like our followers on social media. That's really where our main like nitty gritty community is. But that really does branch out to like so many people. Even my mom, my dad, like different generations. Yeah, because like hydration is for everyone. And like
for sure.
electrolyte brands in the past have only really marketed it as like a when you sweat or if you're
performance
an athlete.
thing,
Yeah,
you know.
it's a performance thing. But you know, we look at like vitamins and minerals, and we, you know, people take their supplements, people take their vitamins, but they don't take their minerals, and electrolytes are the minerals. So
Sorry, I can't go on without having one now. Because I'm getting like,
Why am I so thirsty?
it's also so funny because like our followers and everyone have like watched how much of a pain this box has been to create. So it's like
it's such
now
nice.
they can like have it in their
branded.
hands.
Great colours.
Oh, guys, thank you.
You,
Yeah,
you obviously read Slut, right?
that's
Are we
another whole
being
thing.
like coy about that?
Am I
Or
handing
Thank
out?
you. Yes,
I
That
mean,
was,
I didn't really. But
That was our kind of idea. It's a good thing because you
thank you.
double take, you look, you're like, wait,
Pink
does that say
citrus.
salt or salt?
Melting.
I would say though, guys, you're gonna need more water than that.
Oh,
Or I
can
could
I-
just use half of it,
Yeah, for
maybe.
do you
real.
have any?
A
There's a jug
portion?
there.
Maybe
Your
maybe
face.
like a third.
A third?
Okay.
Don't go
I
crazy.
don't. I
guys.
want an accurate
Matt,
representation
that's
of
to
my.
you, bro. Don't go
What?
crazy. I can tell
Yeah.
you're gonna put
So
like
that
half
it's kind of
it
like
in
this peachy color.
Yeah.
I like the color as well
Do I-
because
do I-
Thank
some
you.
electrolyte brands, they have a really unappetizing color to
I
them
start with my
as
finger?
well.
Should I start with my thing?
Stir it with a sachet, maybe.
Oh, touche. It
So nice.
smells delightful
This is
already.
peach
Yeah.
citrus.
Let's go. All right.
So whilst you guys are drinking that,
Yeah, keen.
wow, are you doing the whole thing?
Yeah, why not? I'm
'Cause it's-
thirsty.
That's gonna be so salty.
Is it?
Oh God.
I'm not
Delightful.
sure about that one.
Passes out. Douche vibe.
Can you be overhydrated?
Yeah, bro. Start sprinting around the room.
You can,
Matt, sit
you
down.
can drown yourself. Yeah.
Golden retriever energy.
Also put a bit more in.
I was on. She made me nervous. I was, like,
It-
I was like, how much do I do?
It's like a cocktail
Oh, fuck it.
in a way. Like
I'm doing all
it's
of
as
it.
good as
It is what it is. Chaos.
You guys can take another
Embrace
sachet.
it,
I'm
Wait,
going
wait.
to stick with my
I'm gonna be
recommended
on my
amount.
mobile, losing my mind. Jay's doing 120 on
So
you.
this has 500 milligrams of sodium in it. So like a lot of the electrolytes on the market are either, they're so polarized. So either really, really high in sodium,
Yeah.
like 1,000 milligrams, or really, really, really low, like almost pretty much nothing. So we kind of went like bang in the middle.
It's banging.
sodium's
It's
good
really
for
good.
what?
So our body is based off sodium levels.
Okay.
So when they're imbalanced, so that can be through like sweating or like lack of sleep or everything. I mean, Huberman will correct me on all this. Then yeah, you're gonna feel like the brain fog, the tiredness, the
Oh, wow.
muscle aches. Like obviously when you're hungover, that's like a huge, like alcohol is like diuretic, so you get
Yeah.
really dehydrated. That's why you
I'm
feel
not going to
hungover.
lie, as a non-runner, the main way I use electrolytes is when I'm hungover.
But also think about like
Yeah.
skin health. Like hydration and skin health go hand in hand. And 70% of the population is dehydrated. People just don't drink enough water.
I drink my 2.5 liters a day.
See, even that is like, I think you probably need more than that.
Swear? Yeah, I do
Yeah.
exercise far too much to be fair. So
yeah.
I probably dehydrated.
So yeah, like electrolytes just kind of like the shortcut to like just getting that bit more hydrated.
How many do you have a day? You
I'll have
meant
one
to?
a day.
One a day.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Don't go
Do you
crazy.
space it out?
Just whenever I really want it, to be honest. I try, well, I can have 2 a day, but I try limit myself because one, I have to be a customer and I'm ordering it as well on the website. So I'm trying to hold
What?
myself off. I know.
Love that.
I know.
You got to pay for your own
I've
product.
got to pay for- but it
Don't
goes
cheat the
back into the
brand.
Yeah.
business.
Be your own customer.
But also like it tastes so good that I have to really try and hold back.
How has building like a personal brand helped with your business? So Jay, I know you do like a lot of events. You are very active on LinkedIn specifically. LinkedIn, I think, is becoming a massive platform for people. So how have you used it?
So LinkedIn, I would probably say 70% of our business has come through my personal LinkedIn. I'm obnoxiously posting every single day, and people slightly hate me, but it is what it is. But I find that being top of mind on socials and top of mind, like I have a monthly email that goes out to people, and just being top of mind all the time is so helpful, because it's just like, then, oh shit, actually I need to do this, and you've actually just popped up, perfect, let me reach out to you. And some of our largest clients came from them just liking one of my posts, and I'm like, oh, who's this? I click on, I'm like, oh, you look like you've got money, let's hang out. And it just goes from there. So I definitely think, personally for me, LinkedIn, my personal TikTok not so much, but definitely LinkedIn and like the email side of things, it's been enormous. And then public speaking, without a doubt, it's just getting on a stage or speaking to, like, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 29,000 people.
Sorry, 29,000 was very specific.
O2 Arena.
What was it? Wow.
What was that for?
I was hosting a conference in like 2020 or 2019, something like that, which is cool.
You did a TED Talk, I saw.
Yeah, vibes.
Pretty dope.
Oh, you've done his research.
No, I had to.
Yeah. That was actually the second take of that. We'll move quickly on, but that was the second take of that. The first time I crushed it, and then the camera had broken. I know. So I'd finished, I'd crushed it, I walked off, and I literally probably one of the best talks I've ever done in my entire life. I was so gassed, and I walked off, and they were like, we're so sorry.
Oh,
the camera broke. So we haven't
And you had to
recorded
do it
any of
again.
it. So you have to go again. And I
Which
literally
is never going to be as good.
and I was like, my body was completely drained. I walked out like, oh, fine, let's go
You've
again. So
given
that's the
it
second
everything.
version. So
Oh my God.
As a camera person, I can sympathize with the cameraman.
I felt so bad. Literally, I was like, it's okay. Inside, I was like, hey.
He should have been fired, or they. He, she, they should have been fired.
What kind of stuff do you post? Like, what are you talking about?
So stuff that I find interesting. And I think this is the thing is, LinkedIn can be super wanky. So I'm like, when I get on that, I'm like, oh, this was interesting to me. Let me just post about it and see what people think. And actually, you've got to get used to, sometimes you're going to get like 10 likes and people are like, you're an idiot. I'm like, oh. Like people throwing eggs at you and stuff. But really and truly, it's just putting the stuff out. As long as you find it interesting, someone else will find it interesting. And then some things pick up and they do really well, some things don't.
But you source a lot of like I saw this was amazing. Like, so have you just got all your different kind of top sources that you tap into, or? To
tell the truth, I'm just using socials. Like if I'm on TikTok, I'm on X, I was going to call it Twitter, Elon will come for me. If I'm on whatever, one of these socials, I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. I'll come back to that later. And I just put it aside, and then I'll come back to it when I'm in that mode to go through stuff. But yeah, just constantly looking and finding, just being online.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are a bit embarrassed about posting on LinkedIn and things. And we even have that at Go as part of our company. We always encourage employees to be posting, but a lot of people, I think, find it a bit cringe. But how do you get over that?
The truth of the matter is, when you walk into a room, if you walk into a room of 100 people, when you walk in, you will go, oh, everybody's looking at me. But everybody else is thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
I've done the stupidest shit on stage before and nobody's noticed. Just because everybody's thinking about themselves. And the same thing on socials. When you put something on LinkedIn, people are going to see it. They're not really going to care. They're going to go, oh, cool, whatever, and move on. And I think a lot of the time we get in our heads about it. And I think it's just much easier to go, you know what? I put it out there. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like
people
it.
don't have the attention span to stare. Or something like that.
And I also think I always put because I agree, sometimes you do a post and it gets like 2 likes and you're like, oh, that was a waste of time. But I often see other people's posts and they have like 2 or 3 likes, but I don't think, oh, I'm judging them.
Yeah,
like
for
I'm not thinking, I don't care.
It's like
So why do people
stuff.
care about me? You know? Yeah. And then Milly, you guys have used it massively to like grow the brand even before it launched, right? So how did you do that?
So I have like 5 years of experience of building my own personal brand as like an influencer. I get started in lockdown. I was basically like recovering from an eating disorder, so I gained weight, shared that whole weight gain journey, and from then, like, I think I really picked up what I was really good at, which was like storytelling and bringing people along with me on like any sort of journey, whether it's my weight gain or whether it's my acne or my dating life or soul. Like, I think I have this like really huge passion of just being so open and honest and literally wearing my heart on my sleeve and saying everything. And people just love that. So I think that is part of my personal brand. It's being like open and vulnerable and like, yeah, people really gain trust in me through doing that. So
can I sort of challenge you here though?
Yeah,
I agree with all of that. And I think what you and your co-founder have is that ability to be open and honest. But it's like, that doesn't always work. There is something just inherently likable I found about these guys that you feel like your mates, you have that parasocial relationship. But I think it's just like you either have an ingredient
or you don't.
You either have it or you don't. I don't think every brand could just start by people going, oh, you know, here's
100%.
my...
But I think that's because so many people are too worried about what people think of them. Me and Henry, well, Henry's still learning, but I really try and tell him, like, just don't care. Like, that's when you're being your true, authentic self. And I don't want to go woo-woo, but like, honestly, there's so much ego that you see on Instagram and on social media as a whole that is stopping people from being like fun.
Yeah.
And I think they can, if they just like, stop worrying about what people think of them, they'll be able to tap into their fun side.
Yeah.
But again, like it's just me and Henry just being ourselves. Like that's at the end of the day, we're not trying to be anyone, we're not trying to be different, we're not trying to...
That comes across, you know?
And I think that's what works.
kind of stuff are you sharing? Like obviously we've followed your story for a while, but like what kind of stuff do you share across the different platforms as well?
So on LinkedIn, we kind of do, we are a bit wanky. We just do lots of our wins.
Hey, wanky,
I think
wanky wins sometimes.
I think being wanky on LinkedIn is like a necessity.
Or like we call out like Royal Mail for losing so much of our parcels or something like that. Yeah. And then on Instagram, I always see Instagram as like a 3-point thing. So from building my personal brand, I've got like 3 pillars. I have like posts for my community and my followers, posts for new followers and like viral content, and posts for like brands or like clients. So I always have that in the back of my head with SULT. I'm like, what's content that's recognized from the people that already follow us? What's content that is for the new followers that are going to bring them in? And what's content for our like, you know, clients or other brands that want to partner with us? So that's how I kind of work with it. With stories, like on Instagram stories, it's again storytelling. It's very like present in time moments every single day. But loads of people like actually watch stories more than reels and like feed. So I think it's really important to like post lots on stories as well.
I think I'm purely a story girl. I like literally don't look at the feed.
Me too.
To be honest, I just watch stories.
Yeah. Unless you like someone will share their reel on the story, then you're like, oh, go on, click on that.
Yeah.
Who's posting these stories?
This is me.
This must take a lot of time though for both of you. Like you're running businesses and you're running these like personal brands and social accounts. Like
it's crazy.
That's a lot. And do you think there's more pressure now? Because we're kind of going to come on to the whole personal branding thing in founders and like, do you need one for a business? Is there like more pressure now that we're adding to like people starting businesses where they've also got to undertake this like second job essentially now of being a social media influencer?
Yeah, it is just like, I think it is just part of it now.
Yeah.
But I think it should come naturally. Like I said, like you shouldn't try and force anything or try and fake anything. It should just come naturally, which is why it's very easy for me to just do it.
Did either of you guys like... did it just come naturally to start filming yourselves, or did you think, oh, I've got to do this and sort of then get used to it?
I've always never been able to shut up, so I think it wasn't really
it's a good outlet for you.
It wasn't like an acquired trait. I just had it, and I think for me it's like going to the gym. So I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and in jiu-jitsu, if you don't keep practicing technique, you're just going to get smashed. They're just going to fuck you up. So you learn, well, I need to keep doing the technique to do well. And I think it's the same in the gym. You have to keep doing the reps. And I think it's the same with socials. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. The more comfortable you get, the easier it is. Like for me now, if I'm going to record content, like today, it literally took me like a couple of minutes. I just walked outside. I'd already written what I wanted to say. I just held the phone to my face, said what I needed to say. And I was like, cool, that'll do, boom. And also, literally what Mill was saying a second ago is just not taking it too, like, it's not that deep. Like really and truly, I'm gonna chop off the end, chop off the beginning, bang on TikTok. It is what it is. Same with writing stuff. I write it. If it sounds good, then I just throw it out. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. Do you know what I mean? It's not my job to make them like it.
Is it a requirement for male founders to do jiu-jitsu in 2020?
100% without shadow. Tell the truth.
Want to
go? I'm down, bro. I've got my belt on my back. For me personally, actually, jiu-jitsu is perfect. I always say to any woman I meet, I think 100% you should do jiu-jitsu. I don't
good
know
like self-defense, right?
100%. Because like anytime something happens, you the confidence you have from it. You just got. I know it was banter, but like 100%.
My dancing background wasn't quite.
No, I everyone seems to love it who does it. So maybe I need to look into it. So because you were an influencer, obviously, we've seen a lot of influencers starting their own brands now. Have there been any that have stood out to you as well, or that you've maybe emulated a little bit in your own brand?
It's so funny because like when people ask me about other influencers or anything, I don't I don't like scroll. I don't really know what's going on in the influencer world. So the only thing that I can think of is Hailey Bieber Road. Like
Crushed it.
she actually is like a marketing genius. Well, her and her team. Yeah. I think they're so good. They always like lead trends. They're actually anti-trend. So if they see a trend, they'll do the opposite, which I really agree with. Because that's how they're like showing up. They're being different by not forcing it, but they're just not following trends, which I just really agree with.
Maybe the fact that you aren't that tapped in means that the content you're creating is like not derivative.
100%.
Because I think that your content style is quite unique. Like everyone films, like there's playbooks to these things, but to stand out, you've got to be slightly different. And I think that probably comes from not knowing what's going on.
It's exactly that. Yeah.
You almost want to be tapped in, but not too tapped in, where you're just like completely obsessed with following every single trend and doing what everyone else is doing.
I need to get better at seeing other people copy those things that you've just done and like detach myself from it and be like, no, it's fine. Take it as a compliment. Because a lot of that's happening at the moment.
I think the thing is the also man will be Tom Holland with Brio, the new beard.
Oh
yeah.
Did you go to that event?
I didn't go.
I
didn't get an invite. You should have showed me, bro. What's going on? We're meant to be friends. You know what I mean? God, leaving me outside. I'm like, it looks so cool in there. I love what he's done with his, because he's kind of just like, yo, this is my journey. And I knew, obviously, it's like an organization behind it that's like that orchestrated the whole thing. But the way he does it, I'm just like, yeah, I don't drink alcohol, but I'm just like, I would have one of these non-alcoholic beers, even though I think beer's disgusting. But
you don't drink?
No, I don't. Nah.
Salt's a really good alcohol alternative, just saying.
Perfect, I'm down. Look at this one. Flogging her goods. I'm down.
Yeah.
Having people copy you is, I just love it, man. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, that's nice. I'm like, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you know what
a
I mean?
compliment. Yeah.
I think it's like,
but when they're taking credit.
oh, okay,
like,
when they're taking credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're
I think
directing
it's
towards
true.
my business, then I'll win. But if not, then
Yeah, and I think like Hailey Bieber's a good example where she sometimes gets some criticism of people being like, well, she's a celebrity, like she already, the reason Rhoda has been successful is because of her interest, like people are interested in her. But then I argue like, well, there's loads of other celebrities that have started beauty brands that have been nowhere near as successful. So like there is clearly something.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think you can be an influencer that's a successful influencer and start a business and it not be successful. Like,
Who's Hailey Bieber? Wait,
Justin's wife.
You
Yeah,
cannot.
Actually, let's not say that.
I know who.
Justin Bieber's her husband. Could
I
she
know
just sell for like $1 billion or something?
$1 billion
to Elf Cosmetics.
Insane.
I think we're seeing a lot more influencer founded businesses. Maybe also it's the entrepreneurial spirit. Like if you're someone who's willing to put yourself out there on social media for criticism, for people to potentially make fun of you, you're probably the type of person that's going to be willing to like put yourself out there to start a business. Because I think failure is the biggest reason people don't start a business.
It is. It is so, like, the idea of starting a business is so daunting. I think people don't even know where to begin with it. And also, obviously, money. So I think with influencers, they kind of got a kickstart in it because they've already built their personal brand, and that is a brand in itself. And I also think there's this, like, sort of influencer blueprint where people will buy into the influencer, not the product. So whatever products the influencer are using, they'll want that product because they want to be that influencer. Well, some influencers anyway. Yeah. But it depends who you're following. But yeah, I think that's like a really special power that influencers hold.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you think there's a worry if you connect your personal brand too much to a brand that if something goes wrong, or, you know, like Hailey Bieber, she has sold Rhode now. She's staying on, I think, as like chief creative officer, but it's like
She's chilling.
She's probably
getting that
chilling.
consultancy fee.
She's
Damn
chilling. Like, do you think there's a risk then that if you've connected it too much, that you maybe like people, once that person leaves or if something goes wrong, that might disappear?
Yeah, it depends what your why is behind the brand. Because I think with Salt, we wanted like to personify Salt. We wanted to be the brand. Like we wanted to be the customer of the brand and everything. So it just comes with Salt. I mean, God forbid, like Henry and I have a massive argument and then, I don't know, whatever happens. But I mean, that's not going to happen. But anyway, I think there's such a fine line between getting it right, I think.
I think it's the risk you got to take sometimes,
the
right?
risk you gotta
By the
take.
sounds of it,
Yeah.
it's coming from a person that's never.
And that's another thing that stops people. They're like, I think they think of all these different outcomes or like problems that they kind of talk themselves out of it. And you just gotta try it. And just see.
And truth of the matter is, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I always say to people, you just go get a job.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not that deep.
Yeah.
Like, you just, it failed. Oh no, I suck. Okay, I'm Googling.
But you can also do it again.
like 100%.
Yeah.
Tesco's always hiring, Asda's always hiring. I'm the thing is, the matter thing is, I'm like, yeah, they pay good rate for evening work, so I'm gonna go. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really, when you boil it down to it, it's really not that deep.
Not that deep.
And I think a lot of the time it's just like, when I speak to my therapist about it, it's the story you've told yourself is so much larger than the actual reality of it.
I don't think it's true that everyone can become an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah,
That's
true.
advice
No, I
I
agree.
Yeah,
I
I
had
agree.
before. Like
Yeah.
some people should never start a business and it's not for everyone. And like they could end up really fucking up their lives.
For sure.
I think you two obviously have the skills, you know, to do it. And I know you know, hopefully you succeed, but it could all go tits up
Yeah, for
still,
sure. Yeah.
but you're probably better able to deal with it.
Maybe, yeah.
And I think the thing is, I always say to people, yes, you can start a business, but the truth of the matter is, if you are the 1,000th employee at Airbnb, you can still have a decent life. Like people that get into Airbnb before it IPO'd, they made some serious cash. And I say entrepreneurship is the harder journey a lot of the time, where actually there are easier journeys that you could probably make equivalent cash. And I got a friend that went into finance, and he's definitely done better in finance so far than I have doing what I'm doing. And I remember being like, oh, but I run my own thing. And now in hindsight, I'm like, oh, wait, you just bought a house, cash and shortage. So it's like, it's just that, it's that balance. And I think it's my mum was an entrepreneur, so I was always around it. Like she's an immigrant to the country. So I just watched her do it. So to me, it was like, oh, let's just do it. But I think this is like my 10th business and all 9 of them before failed.
Yeah.
So it's just like you constantly keep pushing and constantly keep iterating and trying. But I think I'm getting much more comfortable that if once I've sold this or whatever happens with Imagen, if I go on and I go be an employee somewhere, that's perfectly fine.
Because I also think there's a lot of like conversation around how Gen Z, they don't want to work for people, they want to work for themselves, they want this entrepreneurship. But I do think there are also a lot of people who just quite like working for a company. They don't want the stress of like probably me. You know, I'm kind of like I quite like working as part of a team. I like
Just shut your laptop
I
at
also
night.
like
Yeah,
joining a
sorry.
company and being like, if it doesn't work out, I can leave in 2
Yeah.
years and I
run
can
me that
find something
paycheck.
else. You know, like
100%.
not everyone wants that life, that entrepreneur life.
So true.
But if you do, then it's about like running with it and going for it and kind of giving it everything you've got.
Or again, I keep on sort of talking as if it's personal experience, which is complete bollocks. I imagine that something lands in your lap or you see the gap in the market and you're like, oh, this is my time. I have been chosen.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the chosen
Yeah.
one.
Well, apparently the founder of Spanx, I think she was getting ready for she was getting ready for an event
Love
or
her
something and
story.
she couldn't find,
Yeah.
and she cut up her tights.
Sorry, but can we?
Oh no.
Who
He's
have
also done it. So this is the founder of something, something odd.
this is
Look at those
glove
toes.
feet. I cut up a pair of
Glove feet. by
gloves.
Glove,
Oh, are you smelling that?
Oh no,
Matt.
put it away.
Bro, we don't want to smell that.
Sorry.
glove feet by Matt is
It's a
really.
vibe.
Yeah.
Coming to a Tesco's near you.
How much is Spanx
you
worth?
also really just interrupted my
Oh,
Spanx.
sorry.
Actually, genuine
See, I said,
story.
why am I here? I told.
No, I love it.
Sorry.
No, she cut up a pair of like, clear
Pantyhose.
pantyhose
Yeah.
to kind of make some shapewear. And then she was like, this is a good
always
idea.
solving a problem.
And it's
And that's
genius.
how she started
And she
it.
was like selling
Yeah.
photocopiers or something before.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, man. I think one of the key skill sets, though, I don't know why I moved away from the mic. Be near the mic, bro. One of the key skill sets that a founding team needs to have is somebody that can sell. That's the key. So you can already tell the energy that you're given that you can sell. Just like being on TikTok, I would buy whatever you're selling. And I think that you have to have somebody that can sell. And if you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because I've met so many teams and I'm just like, so which one's you the salesman? Oh, no, we're going to outsource the sales. I'm like, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Because one of you has to have that, because you're not always just going to be selling to customers. You need to sell to investors. You need to sell to your board. You need to sell to so many different people. And as you progress in your career, if you can't sell, it's going to be.
What have you both learned about selling and getting investment?
Well, I was just going to ask about selling because I don't even, it's not even something that I've learned. It's just something that I know is such a good product. And I'm just like, you have to have it. Like, oh my God, it's so good. Like, do you think that people have a natural selling characteristic, or do you think it's learned?
I think there is some people will have a propensity to being better salespeople than others. I think one of the key things is the ability to listen and then answer the question. For a lot of salespeople, my favorite salespeople are car salespeople, people that can sell houses, and sadly recruiters, because a lot of the time they have to listen so much and then answer the question. Where with a lot of salespeople, they just talk.
Yeah, I think with selling something, so much of it is about emotion, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're tapping into the emotion of the person. Like, I guess it's quite manipulative.
Yeah. Oh, without a shadow of
think
a doubt.
about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. In building your personal brand, you've learnt how to sell
Mm.
because you've been able to go, I am who I am. I've packaged that up and I've sold it to you. You bought into it and now I have followers. So now with SULT, you're able to go, okay, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So you are an expert salesperson because you've acquired that over the last 5 years.
100%.
Do you think people underestimate you as well because you're a young founder? You know, like, did you find that people have underestimated you through the years?
I mean, I underestimate myself all the time, so I'm part of the problem. But I'm working on that with my therapist, actually.
Therapy.
Yeah, I do. I don't think they mean to. I think it's just sort of ingrained in society, obviously, and I think in the wellness space specifically, it's very male dominated. I think there's a lot of stuff that I've learned and seen, which I kind of wish I haven't seen, because I thought, you know, all these like female look-alike brands or I don't know, brands that look like females have found them are just ran by men. And it's just shocked me, and quite a few. So I think, I definitely underestimate myself. A lot of people underestimate me, but yeah, I'm working on that one.
But you're doing the shit. That's the main thing.
I know.
I kind of love the modesty because you've got a killer product that's probably going to blow up, and you're still, even when this is like sold for £7 billion, you'll be like, oh, it's not very good.
Get it for real. I don't even know if it will work.
For sure.
Give me another one.
Put it into my veins. Yeah, people underestimate, but I think I'm delusional. And I always have been. And that's one thing, like Kat, she's like, when we're talking, she's like, where are you? I'm like, mentally, I'm like already somewhere else.
So
but it's just because I've had to be where we are right now as a business. I could see it in my mind like 3 years ago. And where we're going to be in 3 years, I can already see. And that's where I'm living. Yeah. And I think that kind of delusion, is helpful. Because then when people do doubt you, like, I actually don't give a shit what you're saying because I'm mentally I'm elsewhere. And the thing is, it might all still fail.
Can that lead to disappointment?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think the thing is with me, when I do get disappointed, my family always says it's like, when I say something, if I say something to you, you're going to believe what I'm saying. And then I could say the exact opposite 20 minutes later and you will believe what I'm saying because I believe it so much. Not that I'm lying, but I genuinely believe with all of my core, what I'm saying is true. If I don't believe it's true, I can't get behind it. So when I'm saying, oh, this is where we're going to be in 3 years, I genuinely believe that. And then if in 6 months, Trump then changes the tariffs, and I'm like, cool, this is where we're now going to be in 3 years.
Rolling with reality.
100%.
But manifesting.
100%. And just keep it pushing. And the truth of the matter is, it could all go tits up, but the lessons you would have learned, the things you've got, you then just keep it pushing. So, and you were speaking earlier, ADHD's kicking in, you were speaking earlier about the brand side of things, and I think I'm connected to the brand, and when people think of Imagen, they think of myself and my co-founder, but we're a tool. So for Milly, it's very much the product is her, but with me, it's like you're kind
of a service, a tool.
Sure.
Yeah.
When somebody acquires the tool, you don't really need me around anymore. You just buy the tool, and then I can like peace out.
Because your vibe and the product are quite like, there's quite a big. When I saw it, I was like, cool. Like this is
kind of nerdy.
This isn't nerdy. You took the word out of my mouth. I could imagine you also having a product that was like selling,
for sure.
I don't know, like skateboards.
Yeah. The thing is,
skateboards.
I don't know, like you're a skater?
Jiu-jitsu geese? No. And that's the thing. A lot of people do say to me, like with my agency for my influencer stuff, like, oh, you should start a brand, blah, blah, blah. Not of interest at the moment, but definitely I just found, you said it earlier, I just found something that was a hole. And I had no idea about market research. Like I literally only 3 years ago learned the difference between qualitative and quantitative research. And I was 3 years into the business. Like I was just blagging it. I was just like, let me surround myself with really smart people who know much more than me. And then we just build the thing. And I think from my perspective, I know what I'm very good at. And I just lean in on that. And then everything else, I'm like, okay, let's just leave to other people. But I think, it's a very nerdy space. When you see me speak at a market research conference, it's me and like 100 white guys. But it works because I work up on the stage. I'm like, give me the fucking mic.
So is it possible to start a brand or a business nowadays and not build a personal brand for your founder?
I think that's really hard to say. I think
it's got to be a fucking good product.
It's got to be a really good product. Yeah.
And I think in certain spaces, no, because if you're like, say for example, you're in military defense tech,
Exactly,
you don't
yeah.
need to be the face of the brand.
So
no one's
true.
coming in like, I really want to buy these missiles.
I would love to see their LinkedIn post.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, hey guys, let's no.
Yeah.
It's like if you're doing that, you don't need to be the face of the brand. And
Yeah.
transparently, that's a space that I think is really interesting, and I think it's one of my dreams, super weird, is to one day sell this, move on, whatever, and then just disappear off socials and build something that I'm not needed to be the face of it.
And
which I
see
think
if you could do it in
and
a
just
way.
and just give it a go, because I feel like that would be super exciting. And it'd be nice to be like, I'm in, I don't know, I'm somewhere, someone's like, oh, I love that product, and I'm just sat there thinking, oh, that's mine, and no one has any idea that it's you. I think that's kind of cool.
So when I Zap ordered this because it's on Zap, and the Zap delivery guy was like, obviously gave it to me, and I was like, this is my product in there. He was like, what? And then he just walked off. You'll
He's
never
like-
understand.
He's like,
probably-
code
Do you
29? All right.
Do you think that he thought you were just saying, that's my
mine,
order?
yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm handing it to
Yeah,
you.
Don't be so impatient.
He's like,
Like, when do you ever
these
just like
crazy
hand
people.
it to the founder?
Yeah, that
So
is really
funny,
cool.
yeah.
Those jokes.
I just have to ask you, Matt, if you were
What?
going to start a business,
I was gonna ask you
what
this
would it be?
Question.
Well, can I not go with the glove
Oh, so
sock
good.
things?
Oh, 100%, bro.
What would you call it?
Glove feet.
feet.
Wait, hold on. Let's workshop this. So the
Feet
gloves
gloves.
on your feet. The
they're for
go
blisters,
over your
right?
socks.
Go over your socks.
Okay,
They-
actually, this
well,
is a
blisters.
really good thing to end the podcast on.
You can give them to
if
your
you
sisters.
guys, as two extremely professional, expert,
I thought you were
business
talking about
founders
me in
and
here.
branding,
God, sorry.
how would you advertise Matt's feet gloves?
It's
How would
actually-
you advertise them?
Like, how would you build the
How
brand?
would you market them?
If
I-
Matt comes to you and says, "This is my product,"
I'd put them on animals. I'd do everything against the ordinary.
100%.
I'll put them on paws or like ears, but like
It's like,
they're already gloves on.
yeah, for real. It's already confusing.
do you know with like apparel where it has to look shiny and new, but actually I think this like grungy stress testing stuff, it's like I would go running with them and do an ultra marathon and my feet would be bloody. Well, no, that would go against the point
the
of
thing
the
is
socks,
though,
but
the problem with your product is that
it sucks.
you can't walk around with it and people can see you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
That's a good
constantly
point.
hiding away. You've got to really make it somehow
Just
like
wear it
maybe
barefoot.
maybe
Yeah.
make transparent shoes that you can then sell your product.
It's a whole new product line you're going to need to sell
Yeah,
your...
okay.
So you've got to have not
I
just
really-
one product, but like a whole line.
I really love that you
basically.
said the problem with your product is it's not.
I think the problem with my
visible.
product is that I got
think
a
that's
pair of-
the-
Wrong with your
I think
entire
that's the
business
best
plan.
Never doubt,
thing about
never
the
doubt
product.
an idea.
When I see a product like Salt, though, I think that because this is in the space that I'm a
He's-
runner, I'm
Yeah.
an athlete.
Your bread and
I don't
butter.
take electrolytes.
Ooh, I'm an athlete. I love that. I'm a runner. I'm an athlete.
I'm pretty good.
I'm a
No,
runner. I'm a track star.
I love it. I think you collabed with a guy called Noah. Not your dog's also called
I
Noah.
was also called Noah.
There's an influencer called Noah, and I saw him
yeah.
crop up in a video of yours.
What, doing a taste testing?
I don't know if I think he might have been at the London one. He has a thing called Raw Dog. Raw Dogging.
Yeah, we did
You
a
know
Raw
that
Dog
guy?
run club thing.
I don't think you can get a cooler person than that. I'm
I
like,
know,
are
he
you
is
real?
Oh,
He's
cool.
so cool.
Oh, could you very
He's
quickly
fangirling, I love
explain
it.
the
So sick.
seasoned thing?
Seasonal
what?
water.
Yeah.
So that was just a tagline that I actually came up with myself. Wait,
Well,
what
the
do you
office,
mean?
the offices.
Oh,
yeah.
seasonal office. Okay, yeah. So we've introduced this like B2B project where we're trying to get Salt into like offices because that's the whole thing. We're trying
We'll
to
have
tap
it.
into. Yeah, you guys have it. We're trying to
buy
make
it.
electrolytes accessible for everyone. So not just for the fitness people, but like for the 9-to-5ers, the people who are hungover, like people who go traveling lots, like in airports. Like that's our big goal. So our B2B project is like a seasonal office. David Brent
Fucking genius.
like video idea that we've kind of made into like a 3-part series. We've got the next one coming out next week. And yeah, that's what we love. We love doing content.
So he
We
goes,
love-
do you have a David Brent impersonator going into the
no.
offices?
That was
Oh,
just
okay.
our way of announcing our
Got
our
it.
strategy
Yeah,
to
smart.
get into offices. Because our whole idea about Salt is like we're a content agency that just sell a product. So we've always got content first as well. So
Your content rocks. Like it is. So we have done a daily vlog, or we did a daily vlog for like 4
It
years.
was
So
sick.
it was.
I don't know if it's still doing it, bro. I watched it before, but I love it.
oh, I need
We
to see
do
it.
once a week now, though.
I
No.
love
That's
it.
so good.
Like literally, I love you. Oh, sorry, carry on. I thought that, like, genuinely,
He's a star.
That actually made me want to cry.
I used to watch that shit and be like,
Wait,
I want to work
need
and
to
Oh my
see
God.
it.
But I run a company, so I can't.
I feel like hiding now.
Well, you can be in the vlog if you've got your vlog.
Yeah.
Get David Brent to come in.
Yeah.
But we understand the power of like turning our employees into stars. Some people are better than others. If you've got 500 people, like at least 300 of them are going to be good on camera. So I get like it's such a powerful tool.
Yeah, exactly. So that was our season your office. It was like
super smart.
a way to get everyone's eyes on our strategy.
Yeah.
So if any offices are listening,
We can definitely tap ours up. So final question before we let you go, and thank you so much for joining us, is what is coming next? Can you give us any spoilers?
we've got a new flavour coming.
Can I ask what your current flavors are? Can you just list them out so we can?
Peach citrus and watermelon berry. We've got 2 flavours so far.
Nice.
The third flavour,
Is on its way.
Go
you
on.
can probably
Yeah, well, it's not going on
guess
for a while.
what it
Oh,
could be.
apple, blueberry, blackberry, citrus, mango, lime. What did you?
Coconut. Fig.
I'm not going to give anything away.
Okay.
Butter.
I'm excited to try it though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a couple of boxes.
We've got 2 new things coming, a flavour and a new product thing.
Yeah. Oh, but you can't tell us.
Vibes.
Okay. And you see Salt in 5 years?
Oh, I see it. Salt stations everywhere, like airports, festivals, gyms. And then I also see it on menus. I just see it absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Supermarkets.
Around the rim of a margarita glass.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
no, have you tried it?
You
where
should do that.
So I've done it. So you know when like
Salted.
you lick the salt?
Yeah.
And then I licked that salt and it worked.
What about for you, Imagen Insights?
So we are launching our a new part of our technology at the end of August. Yeah, my CTO is going to kill me that I said that. But anyway, the end of August. And so if people want to try it, they can come use it completely for free for an entire week, which is wonderful. So that will enable clients to ask questions to our AI and all that kind of good stuff, which is exciting. And then in 5 years' time, we would have sold and I will be chilling and probably doing something completely different.
Sitting on a beach somewhere.
Probably
You know.
not, because I know I'm like, I'll just be...
You'll probably start
You'll be doing another business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving up your time. I know you guys are so busy. So
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks for having
And
me.
it was great to speak to you.
It's great to chat.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.